So you're not doing any antics today? Any stupid celebrations?
I don't got no antics.
No minions.
I don't got no minions. I don't got none of that. It is week 13, okay? It is the last week before playoffs hit, okay? It's time to get serious.
Pay your fantasy dues. If you owe, pay right now, please.
Please.
Yes.
Playoffs next week.
That's
you ain't even pay yet.
That's true.
Come on.
Why you not dancing like the Eagles though? They're ready for playoffs.
Because I'm getting serious, bro. It's time to get
serious.
serious.
Not getting serious.
Because they ain't get serious because they 11-1, okay? They 11-1, okay? I'm trying to help the people right here. I'm trying to get serious for the people. But my Eagles, don't let them fly under the radar right now, okay?
They're not under the radar.
Hey, they thought it was over for my boys, man. They thought it was over.
We still praying. We
still in there a little bit.
Are y'all?
Still in there a little bit.
Are y'all? After we scraped y'all?
We do need you guys to be Seattle this week. I do need that.
Y'all need a lot more than that, okay?
Yeah, we need to keep
y'all
winning.
need God, Jesus, Mary, all of them to come down on y'all team because y'all ain't looking to beat the Redskins. Now y'all back.
Who y'all play?
Who y'all? This week?
Yeah. I ain't play nobody good. The best team I played was us, and we ain't have our best players.
They play one team with a winning record.
Welcome, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's the Fantasy Sports Plug.
Okay? One team with a winning record.
Sports Plug.
He's a hater.
Speaking of plugs, fifth quarter boot camp this week. Tomorrow, matter of fact.
What's that?
Cranford.
What's the date?
Cranford, December 3rd, 8 a.m. sharp. Come there. Be there. Get your workout in with me.
I got a playoff game to do, man. It's the first round of the playoffs, 8 o'clock. So,
he just gaining weight, getting a beer belly. He don't care. He don't care.
Play like Jay Cutler.
I'm trying.
They like Dante Copeland. He's playing.
He wasn't great though. He wasn't great though. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming down.
We're talking about the retired Dante Cutler.
It's New Year's resolutions, okay? My New Year's resolution is the same as everybody, okay? I'm gonna get fit soon, okay?
All right, let's do it.
Let me be great now,
Listen,
okay?
Man, just holla at me. Just holla at me.
Schwabby, Craig, Brad, we here. I'm trying to give you the plugs and unplugs, all right? Who want to go first?
You.
Go first, all right. My plug for week 13. Remember, this is a come on, I was writing fast, but I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? This is a crucial week for you, okay? If you on a bubble, you should have been in tune. You actually should have been tweeting us to Facebook. Like, where's the episode? It's here. We got y'all. Marcus Mariota, okay? Marcus Mariota, don't be wrong. He's been unachieving all year. He sucks. I mean, he doesn't suck, but he's not working to his standards. But he's playing the Texans, which is a good feel game. The Texans are dead last in fantasy points to quarterbacks. They are 24th in passing yards given to quarterbacks. And on top of that, they allowed the 5th most rushing yards to quarterbacks. What does all that spell? That says a Marcus Mariota all over it, running and throwing. He hasn't had a huge game yet, so I'm thinking, if I was a roulette guy, I'm definitely going black because I think it's time for him to put up a 30-point game. If Jacoby Brissett and Alex Smith can do it, why can't Mariota?
How did they say his legs doing? Is he able to be mobile?
Yeah. The
he
last
was pretty
game,
mobile last week.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I remember that.
Last week he ran for over 30. So the only person that's gonna be trying to get him is Clowney.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And he's pretty scary.
And he's running to the right. And, he's running to the right, his strong side. So I like him.
I like that too. I'm gonna go next. My quarterback's Phillip Rivers.
Went off last week.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen, bro.
Keenan
Allen.
Against our boys. Against our soft coverage.
So you got to do a 6 Keenan Allen.
I Keenan Allen still lost.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
you
didn't even
lost, bro.
start Keenan Allen.
So I'm going.
Tripping, right?
He's obviously playing Cleveland Browns. They are terrible. Their defense is getting a little bit better, but they're still 8th most. They're giving up the 8th most against fantasy quarterbacks. And the past 3 weeks, Rivers went for 21, 22, and last week 38. Look for him to be in the middle about that. I say he puts up about 30 this week.
30?
Yes, he is going to go crazy against Cleveland. Yeah. They are hot.
Yeah,
the whole team is hot.
Keenan, bro.
Yeah, Keenan.
That's all you gotta say. Keenan, bro. He look like Moss out here.
My plug, I'm not going to go with the easy way outs, the big names. I'm going to go with Brent Hundley. Brent Hundley, yes. Brent Hundley. He had his breakout game last week. He threw for 245, 3 TDs, no turnovers.
It's a good stingy defense, too.
Yeah, exactly. This week, they're not playing the stingy defense. They're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they're home. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as y'all know, is a warm weather team. And they're going to Lambeau in the wintertime. So I think they're going to be a little stiff out there. So I like Brett Hundley this week. He looks more comfortable in the offense last week. And he's found a target. He's found a favorite target in Devontae Adams.
Definitely not Jordy Nelson.
Definitely not Jordy Nelson anymore. It is now Devontae Adams. So that's also another one you put him in. He's the number one wide receiver now with Brett Hundley in control of the offense. So I like Brett Hundley this week in Lambeau against Tampa Bay. I think he's going to throw for 250, 2 TDs, and I think he sneaks in a rushing touchdown as well.
I can't say nothing about that. I like them stats you put up there.
Yeah.
But I saw you say, said Brett Hundley. My face kind of changed a little bit. But
I know it's not a pretty one, but
have you said that, because there teams out there that don't got quarterbacks. So,
exactly.
Yeah, if you looking at playoffs, you need a quarterback.
That's a quarterback league out there.
And then people who have Carson Wentz, man, they done sat him in the third and fourth quarter in multiple games during the regular season. I think if it comes down to it in week 16, he might not be out there. They might rest him if they keep winning the way they're winning. So Brett Hundley is somebody to pick up.
Eagles, man.
Yeah.
All right. My sit, I guess I'm taking the easy way out, I guess.
Again.
My sit. How? Mariota was the easy way out. Big Ben against the Bengals. The number one reason is he's not home. I know he's been hot the last 2 games, averaging over 25 points a game, but he's not home. He's at the Bengals, their arch nemesis. Their games are always low scoring. Vontaze Burfict is going to be fired up. He's probably going to
kill someone on the field.
Hit Le'Veon. He's going to hit Le'Veon. That's coming already.
Late.
AB, he does have AB, but AB has a toe injury. I'm sure he'll play, but that's just something to say. The Bengals also are 5th in total pass D, so their numbers speaks for itself. And on top of that, they have the 3rd most sacks in the NFL right now. So the Big Ben is not the one of old who is going to be coming out the pocket trying to get sacked. He's that statue that's standing there and taking all these sacks. So I don't like the Ben at all. If you have Marcus Mariota, if you have I'll do Brett Hundley. Have you said all that? I start them over Big Ben.
I like that. My unplug is going to be Matt Ryan. They are playing against Minnesota's tough defense, who gives up the 7th fewest against fantasy quarterbacks. Matt Ryan went for 20 the past 2 games and 18. Looks like he's starting to pick it up, but again, we got to pull the brakes on Matt Ryan. I just don't believe in it. If it wasn't for Julio last week turning up the way he turned up, Matt Ryan wouldn't have had the game he had. The only 2 touchdowns he had were to Julio. Julio seems like he's only a big play guy.
That's a new score last week, too. That's a new score, too.
No, he threw it.
Oh, yeah, he launched that earlier. You're right. Excuse me. I remember that. Don't worry.
I was watching. I was watching.
That was a nice pass, too.
That's what. He bombed that.
Bombed that thing. Rutgers boy, Jersey.
Yep. Quarterback, too. But yes, so I would definitely stay away from Matt Ryan this week unless you expect Julio to go for 2 touchdowns again.
Xavier Rhodes is on him, so that's
tough.
That's a very tough match. But as long as Julio will get out that game,
I still see Julio getting
uninjured.
1.
You think he getting 1? I don't. I love Julio, but Xavier Rhodes is real. He's definitely real, and Mike Zimmer's the quarterback. The coach.
Coach, yeah.
So he plays defense. I'm sure he sees Julio's the man to stop.
He's gonna stop. Try to stop him at least.
They
did well getting Julio open last week. The screen plays.
But it was against Tampa Bay.
Well, yeah.
It was against Tampa Bay.
But it was a division game.
Which that's true. But Mike Zimmer's another thing.
Yeah.
It's impossible to bench a Julio, but just lower your expectations.
But you can bench Matt Ryan.
You can also bench Derek Carr. I'm unplugging Derek Carr this week.
Oof.
He's been in a slump all season.
The fall off was real.
Yeah, he's been in a slump all season. He's only threw for 300 or more yards 3 times this year. Last week, he only threw for 253. He had 2 TDs. But this week he has no Amari Cooper, and I know he has no Crabtree.
You know that.
So
Mr. Chains.
Akeem Talib was wild. He snatched his chain again. Like, I'd have dirtied you too.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Crabtree taped it to himself. He taped his chain to
himself.
That's kind of scary.
And he's still
he's scared as hell.
I would have my chain out. You go ahead and try to snatch my chain.
I had a bigger chain on. Like, yeah, I don't think Crabtree should have got suspended.
I don't think so either, because that was a football play.
Yeah, he blocked him.
He blocked to the ground.
If anything, it was a 15-yard penalty. Blocked him out of bounds into the ground. But Talib was wilding.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Crabtree's not going to be out there. Cooper is not going to be out there. Derek Carr is going to be throwing to Seth Roberts.
And Cordell Patterson.
And Jared Cook. Like, he has no receivers, and he already been in the slump. So I'm sitting Derek Carr this week.
I'm with that too, brother. I like that. Let's move on to running backs. I got a two-headed monster since, you know, it's just all in one, it feels like. Deion Lewis and do you remember I told y'all to plug him? And ever since that game, he's been just going off. Remember that? Rex Burkhead, man. Rex Burkhead. The Patriots running backs is here, all right?
Except for James White.
Yeah. The Mike Gillisley, healthy scratch every week. James White,
He might be a healthy scratch this
a
week.
third down roll is done. All right, it's the Rex and Deion show for real.
What happened to Gillisley?
Man,
he was supposed to be the new Blunt.
He was supposed to, but I don't know, man. The Bills are giving up the most TDs to running backs in the league, and they're giving up the 30th most fantasy points allowed to running backs. So, in other news, they suck against the run. And the Patriots have Tom Brady, so you have to respect the pass. So it's not going to be a stacked box. So I can see Deion Lewis are going for another 100 yards, and Rex Burkhead killing him with the TDs right now because he's unguardable. It looks like a linebacker cannot guard that man. So the Patriots are going to be up big. It's going to be run. So if you have Deion and Burkhead, they are strong.
Play them both.
Strong running back twos, I think, this week.
My plug this week is Leonard Fournette.
Fournette.
Reason why is I feel like a lot of people are going to try to bench him because of the week he had it last week.
I ain't lie to you. I benched him last week for some reason.
That was a good bench. He's been hurt with his ankle issues, but I've been reading about him, and they said he's looks more explosive than he has in the past 3 weeks. I mean, that could just be blowing smoke and trying to get him more motivated. Mm-hmm. But he is playing the Indianapolis Colts, who are very bad on defense. I just think this is going to be the bounce-back game for him. Last week he only put up 5 points. The week before that he put up 14. I just think he's going to go for 80 this week and with a touchdown. So if that's enough for you, I would go ahead and plug Fournette.
I like Fournette. I don't think you can sit Fournette any week.
I did 1 week. I don't know why.
It worked out for you.
No, I think he played the...
when he went 14? Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland, for some reason. And that was the whole toe thing that came out. And, I'm dumb. Play your studs, okay? Play your studs. Don't worry about them injury things. It's so much medicine out here in the NFL, okay? They're fine, okay?
My plug for running back this week, again, I'm going to dig deep into it and give you a gem. He's back. Danny Woodhead.
Danny boy.
I'm going to plug Danny Woodhead this week.
Yeah,
I mean, they're playing Detroit. Detroit gives up the 6th most fantasy points to running backs. They're easing Woodhead back in. The first week he only had 1 carry. The next week he had 4. But he's been getting consistent targets in the passing game. Altogether, he's only had 5 carries in the last 2 weeks since he's been back. But he had 9 total targets in the passing game. So I would go with Danny Woodhead. Yeah, no, I'm not too big on targets because they could be throwing it out of bounds and you could just be over there and it's called a target. But he has 6 receptions, so he's catching them. No TD yet, but I think they're easing him back in, and I think he has more carries this week, and I think he's heavily targeted to the passing game. Plus, since he's been back, Baltimore's won both games. So they're on a hot streak since he's been back. He's just another weapon for Flacco. And they're getting him back at a perfect time. They're still in the hunt, and I think they're gonna get him more featured in the offense this week.
I like the sound of that.
All right, yeah.
I need him.
We'll hit it. And his mustache is looking pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta get that mustache out of here though.
That creepy mustache.
It's kind of like a rapist. Anyway, my unplug for running backs is Mr. DeMarco No Hamstring No Knees Murray. Going against the Texans.
Well, last time I told the people to unplug him, he scored 3 times.
I hear you, but he had
Be careful.
Be careful. I mean, he's like a sin. But if we're playing the eye contest, I don't know if the fans can see it. I don't know why the coach can see it. it must be he has like a fine print guarantee in his contract that he must start, he must play because he's sorry. He's averaging 2 yards a carry.
If he ever
2.7. I'm not being disrespectful. He's averaging he's averaging under 3 yards a carry. Okay.
You better never run into him.
Derrick Henry. Maybe I'm mad about the Eagles. I guess. We're on the Eagles.
I guess, yeah.
But listen though, Derrick Henry is averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
Derrick Henry is not good.
He's better than DeMarco Murray
big.
though.
I don't know. He's not. Stop it.
I don't think
he's averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
How many carries he getting?
He's getting the same as DeMarco almost. Almost. Come on, man. DeMarco is averaging less than 3 yards a carry. Okay, come on. The eye test. He had what?
How many receptions?
He had 12. Okay, all right. I'm a different story. Yeah. But he had 12 carries last game for how many yards? 8 yards. Okay, come on. He has nothing. Anyway, let's get back to the stats though. Pissing me off right now. The Texans have allowed the fewest rushing touchdowns in the league right now, and they are number 7th in total run D. So they locked down on defense. And on top of that right there, if we're talking about fantasy, they are number 4 in fantasy points allowed to running back. So they suck against the pass, which is why I said start Mariota. So if you have a DeMarco, I know you drafted him in the top 3. I mean, I feel you. I have him on my team. I bench him, so it's only right. But just lower your expectations. He's really not good. I don't know how y'all said. I think y'all Cowboys fans.
But you just said play your studs. He is a
stud. But if you look at what's going on, I mean, if you have a Burkhead, a Deion Lewis.
So you're studying Burkhead and Deion Lewis over DeMarco.
Over DeMarco, yes, 100%, yes. Only because Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, look. DeMarco, the only reason why DeMarco scored
in Derrick Henry because he's on your team.
No, I have faith because I have
praying that Derrick Henry is
next
up. Yeah,
I have faith because I have an eye and I watch the game. The only reason that DeMarco scored last game was because Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry did all the heavy lifting from the inside the lines. They got to the goal line, and then who they called? They called
and that's going to happen every time.
But Derrick Henry got the first 2 chances at that, okay, and they passed one. Okay, they was at 6-yard line. He got up to the 1, and then they passed, and then he wanted to bring freaking no hamstrings in. Come on, man.
Happens.
And he scored.
Man, listen, unplug DeMarco.
My unplug this week is Jamal Williams versus Tampa Bay.
This guy.
I know he went for 27 last week fantasy points. But a lot of reports have been saying that the old running back Aaron Jones is back, and you know what he did when he was there. He had a good week, so it looks like it's going to be split time. Green Bay really can't find a running game except for last week. I don't think he only rushed for 66 yards, though. Nothing really outstanding. But the only reason why I say...
It was that long screen pass that elevated everything.
The only reason why I say... unplug Jamal Williams is because of the threat of it being split carries with Aaron Jones coming back. So if you want, monitor that. If you're looking to start Jamal Williams, if Aaron Jones doesn't come back this week, definitely plug Jamal Williams in. If he does, I would stay away from him and plug his Deion Lewis or Burkhead in.
Well, you act like they suck, man.
To plug both of them in is a little wild.
Yeah, how, man? That's the new age, man. It's new. Ain't no more workhorses, man. It's a team thing. One thing I say about that, I think Aaron Jones, if he does come back, I think he'll be the 3rd down back since T.Y. is out. I don't think they give him enough carries. I still think Jamal.
I think he just cuts into his play a little bit.
Yeah, but I still think he still gets 20 carries, but he's only averaging like 3.2 yards per carry, so he's not doing anything incredible. But just something to think about.
And Green Bay, I mean, if Green Bay goes down in the game early, they're looking for playoffs. They want they're speeding Aaron Rodgers' health back, so they're gonna look to win the game no matter what at all costs. If they have to take Jamal Williams out, they will take him out and put Aaron Jones in. I just fear that he could be taken out early just for that.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't been starting the last 2 weeks. Ain't been going off, so I mean,
yeah.
I like him or not.
I don't like Aaron. I like Aaron Jones. I like Jamal Williams too. I like Green Bay against Tampa Bay. So
yeah,
I like both of them, so I would start him. I don't like Kareem Hunt Unplugging Kareem Hunt. I know everybody's waiting for the breakout games that he had in the beginning of the year. I think it's over for that. I think it's over for that. Kareem Hunt is a sit this week, unplugged this week. Excuse me. Playing the Jets away. So they're in New York this week playing the Jets. The Jets have a strong run defense. They held the holy LaShawn McCoy to 25 yards. So I really don't see Kareem Hunt doing much. Alex Smith is on the slump. Kareem Hunt is on the slump. The whole offense is just
terrible.
Not clicking. And I don't think they get it clicking this week. Kareem Hunt only had 17 yards last week against Buffalo. I just think he's hitting that wall, and I don't see him getting through it this week against the Jets.
The play call
that wall must be 20 feet high. It's been a while. I have him in a lot of leagues.
But if you watch the games, the play calls is just weird. Like reverses all the time. Yeah. It was 3rd and 1 and did a reverse. Like give the man the ball. Let him try to get it.
Yeah, he had his best game since week 7 was week 11 against the Giants, and he had 73 rushing yards on 18 carries.
Some 100-yard games.
It's over. It's over.
They figure him out quick.
I have him in a lot of leagues, and like I got the most points in them leagues, and he is. Making me bum out. He is
the first 6, 7 weeks.
Crazy.
It was 45, 24, 28, 16, 15, 13.
Off.
That was 8. He had 11 against the Giants. He had 3 last week. I think he has about. I don't know. I think he has about 50 yards, no TD, 20 receiving yards, which is not enough right now, especially if you're trying to get into those playoffs.
Would you start
him?
Jets are playing tough. Would you start him or DeMarco if you got him on your team?
DeMarco.
Yeah, I'm starting DeMarco.
I'm starting DeMarco. DeMarco get the receptions. Yeah, he doesn't get too many yards of carry.
And Derrick Henry gonna get you to the one. And DeMarco goes.
I feel like Charkandrick West is out though. He's out this week.
Their offense is terrible, man.
Yeah, but it's Andy Reid still.
Didn't they lose to the Giants?
At the end of yes, they did. But at the end of the day, it's Andy Reid. Andy Reid definitely knows what he's doing. So
okay,
he's not an Eagle no more. I'm just saying he's a great coach.
Nah, he is. I like him.
All right. My plug for wide receiver. It might be a little shock because a lot of people hate the quarterback. Jesus Christ. Sterling Shepard against the Raiders. Geno. What's wrong with Geno? What's wrong?
What's good with Geno? What is right with Geno?
If we remember 2 years ago, yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yes, I'm talking about 2 years ago. The last 5 games of the season, Geno was a top 3 quarterback the last 5 games of the season, all right? It's late in the season right now, and Geno's playing for a job. Yes, it's Geno. He doesn't serve pizza. I know he doesn't look like a Geno, but we got to give the man some credit. He's in the NFL for a reason. Yes, he's playing with the Giants. Yes, his offensive line sucks. Yes, he has no running game. I get it. But he's still playing for a job. So, back to Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, Geno's terrible. Let's get
you got to talk about Geno. You can't even talk about Shepard because Geno's not going to get Shepard the ball.
He is. Shepard had 22. Since he came back from his injury, he had 22 targets combined.
Eli Manning dirty over there.
In 2 games. In 2 games, 11. I'll get back to that in a minute. Hold on. I got something to say about that.
I have mixed opinions about that.
I have other opinions about that.
Bad, bro.
11 targets each game. He's been back. All of a sudden, he has migraines, and now he's out. But he's back again, so I feel like the targets is going to be there. On top of that, the Raiders are 21st in fantasy points allowed to wide receivers, and they're 27th in total pass defense. So everything points to Shepard having a good game, and on top of that. They're playing Oakland. On top of that, Oakland has given up the highest passer rating for quarterback. So that's good for Geno Smith right there.
My only thing with Shepard is that Giants are going to find any way to try to get this guy the ball.
Sure, yeah.
They're going to be throwing him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know how bad Geno Smith is, but they are going to find ways to do bubble screens, reverses.
How about you have to give it to your hand. And it looks like Evan Ingram hit the rookie wall because he hasn't been doing anything. So I'm sure they're glad to have Shepard back. I was asked earlier in the week, crucially started Sterling Shepard or Rod Smith. So I hope he took my advice and went on Sterling Shepard. So we'll see about that. Now, back to Eli Manning. I'll talk about Eli Manning. They're 2-9. They're 2-9.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
it wouldn't. I wouldn't feel so bad if they started the Webb kid because you're going to try to see what he got.
Yeah,
but you're starting Geno Smith. You know what you're getting out of Geno Smith.
Yeah, but the only thing with that is,
and you're not trying to win. So why don't you see what the young boy got? So maybe you don't have to go quarterback in the next draft.
I don't think you throw him out to the wolves like this by giving him.
It's not the Wolves. They playing Oakland, right?
Yeah,
Oakland
but
trash,
it's still
right?
the NFL team. They still got Mac. They still got Khalil Mack. They still all right. You have the trash, but it's all about confidence right here. It's all about confidence. If Ryan Leaf told his son, it's about confidence right there. Okay, your first start, your first game is very crucial. Why not get a kid 2 weeks off real quick, and the third week he's gonna be the starter instead of going a week into his first NFL season and saying, okay, you're starting this week. I'll be like, whoa. If I got 2 weeks to prepare, I think I'll do a lot better. So I think Geno is just a little.
He should be preparing the whole entire week. I mean,
but he's the third quarterback.
Geno go down. Who going in?
It's him.
So just put him in.
That's different. I mean, that's different though.
I mean, I like the benching of Eli. But like he said, I feel like you should go with the young guy that you drafted and see what he got.
But I feel like you can't.
Unless you really believe in Geno.
If it was for Webb, I would understand it. But since it's for Geno Smith, I just feel like it's disrespectful, man. Eli Manning did a lot for that franchise. And the way they gave him that ultimatum, which wasn't really an ultimatum. Who was saying yesterday? Yeah, put me in and keep this streak alive. What? No, man.
And then 50 years from now, people be like, man, he played that many games in a row.
He played 210 in a row. That's enough.
Yeah,
that's a lot in a row.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think they did that man bad.
They should have traded. They should have
watch
traded Eli.
that video when he about to cry. I can't even watch that.
It's a mixed bag, you know.
When they had a chance to trade Eli, they should have got rid of him and let him go on with that.
They should have built the offensive line. Yeah. That's what they should have did.
That's another whole story.
That they wanted to get their receivers.
Yeah,
because I was told John's gonna be in preseason. I was told John gonna be a top three offense.
Yeah, I never believed that.
I heard it too.
Aziz Holiday shot out.
They didn't want to leave my eyes.
Go ahead with y'all.
I'm gonna go to another New York team. My guy is Robby Anderson. Must plug.
Robbie, bro.
Going off, bro. Ever since I told y'all to plug him, he's been going crazy.
5 straight touchdowns and 2 last week. Man, he has hands. That catch he made in the back of the end zone
that was
$175.
That was something incredible.
Soaking wet.
Oh my God. He goes and gets it.
Too.
He had double-digit fantasy points since week 6, which is, I didn't know until really actually looking at it now. But the last week he went for 31. And the week before that, before his bye, he went for 18 and 21, which is crazy for a guy on the Jets. Like, when people ask, someone asked me the other day, doesn't watch football, does anyone play anyone on the Jets since their team stinks? Yes, because they have to try to come back from the deficit that they're down. But they have been in games. They're playing a terrible Kansas City team this week who gives up 17 total touchdowns the whole entire year. Look for Robbie to get another touchdown and go over 100 yards this week. Seems like the Jets are starting to force feed him as well.
Josh McCown just aired it out. He don't care. He just aired it.
He got nothing to lose.
That's his game. Yeah, that's his game. I'm 38. I'm 37. Listen, just go. I just air it out to you, bro. You go get it. And Robbie making him look great.
Robbie's making himself look great. He's gonna get paid.
He's trying to. Robbie Anderson. I don't got him in no leagues.
I had him and I dropped him, bro. I'm upset about myself.
How about you, Mr. Jones?
I'm going Zay Jones.
Zay.
Yeah, I'm going Zay Jones. Anybody try the Zay Jones challenge?
What?
You saw
I trying to get up like that? Yeah, that was real.
That's real. He did some old Matrix shit.
He didn't come out with an interview and explaining that yet?
Nah.
He needs to prove that again.
He really needs to. Yeah.
But yeah, I like Zay Jones. No Calvin Benjamin. And they've been going to him. They've been going to him. He had 10 targets last week, 7 targets the week before that. He had 68 yards 2 weeks ago, 33 last week. He has 2 touchdowns in those last 3 games as well that he played. So I like Zay. He's playing New England. New England gives up the 2nd most fantasy points to wide receivers this season, so he has a good matchup. With no Calvin Benjamin, I just think he sees a lot more targets as he has been seeing, and I think it continues. Like I said, New England doesn't have the best passing defense. Ty God is back. They put him back in. They came to their senses, and they're at home. So I like
last week, right?
Huh?
He scored last week, right?
Yeah, he scored last week.
I think he had a bad
Not
drop.
the week before that and the other week. Yeah, he did.
He had a real bad drop, and they went to him right after that.
Yeah.
That means
they have confidence in him. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
that where they did the move?
Yeah, that's when he did that's when he got up. Like
yeah,
he was defying gravity.
Yeah.
He doesn't put up a lot of yards,
That's
but
hilarious.
he does get a lot of opportunity to catch the ball. So I would plug Zay Jones. If you don't have him, even if you don't want to plug him this week, you don't believe that, at least go pick him up off the waiver wire because he is like a wide receiver 3-4. But I do think he has a good game this week.
They're a playoff team, and they're going to be looking to score. And
They gotta do it. Yeah.
They got to give someone the ball.
Yeah.
I got one spot left in wide receiver at Robby Anderson, Sterling Shepard, Zay Jones. Who I'm playing?
Robbie Anderson.
I like
Robbie
Sterling.
Anderson.
I say Robbie.
I like Sterling.
Geno Smith is trash. And I like Zay Jones, but those are my
I hope he
three
hears y'all.
options.
He gonna want to fight too.
It don't matter. He can hear us. He's gonna hear it from the other team this week. You are not good.
I can't wait till he proves. I mean, you know what, Geno? I can't wait till he proves.
I hope he does.
Everybody wrong. He is. All right, my unplug right now is Senor Sammy Watkins, going against the Cardinals. I said the Cardinals, and I said wide receivers, number one. So that should ring a bell. Ding, 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 ding. Patrick Peterson, who is the man, the myth, the legend. This guy has only allowed 17 catches this year, and that's including bubble screens, that includes deep rocks, that includes everything. I'm not a mathematician, but if we average it out, it's week 13. If we average it out, he's giving up 1.4 catches a game, which is not even 2 catches a game. All right, they played week 8, and Sammy Watkins had 3 catches for 42 yards. Which is even more crazy is all those was without Patrick Peterson on them. So he avoided them. So if we add that up, that's a 0-0 when he's on Patrick Peterson. So Patrick Peterson is real. You cannot. I like Cooper Kupp very, very much. I was gonna have him as a plug, but I feel like that's certain right there. Cooper Kupp is 10 times the better matchup this week, so plug him over Sammy. So don't do Sammy this week because
Sammy has been so inconsistent. He's been a headache to have on your roster because you don't know what you're gonna get from him week to week. So yeah, I would unplug him too.
I'm sure.
My unplug this week is Mr. T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y.
Obvious reasons.
He bummed out last week. He bummed out last week.
Last week he actually bummed out.
The Titans?
Was it the Titans? I don't remember.
I think it's the Titans because everybody said plug him. Everybody said plug him. And he had what?
Yeah, it was
2 catches for 8 yards or something like that.
It was brutal. I plugged him in and it was brutal.
It was bad because
he only had the most points he had in the past 3 weeks is 3 points fantasy.
Dang, that's
and in the past 2 weeks he only had 2 receptions, both in both games. So stay away from T.Y. playoffs. I mean, he's going against Jacksonville this week, so the only thing you can hope is that he breaks out and does something.
Man,
but if he's on your bench and he breaks out, whatever, that's fine. You just can't plug him right now, especially if you're on the bubble to go in the playoffs. That's something you got to stay away from.
Man,
the 2 people I stay away from this week are Jordy and him, who are big names. Stay away from those 2 guys. Everyone's trying to plug Jordy and T.Y. because of their names. I would just...
It's a name thing.
It's time. This is week, 13? It's time to realize what they're doing out there.
Realize, man. Playoffs next week for a lot of leagues. You get in and get out.
I'm in.
I'm in
too.
I'm in, but lose.
That's another story. I'll talk about that next week, though.
I'm unplugging Emmanuel Sanders.
Sanders.
E-Man Denver has had don't know who they want to put in at quarterback. They got 2 7-foot quarterbacks who are trash, Paxton Lynch and Osweiler. They're both garbage. Last week, E-Man had 6 targets, 3 receptions for 12 yards. Like, he didn't put up no buckets. That's with Paxton Lynch. His upside is Trevor Siemian is coming back.
Okay. I was about to say that.
Yeah, he is coming back, but I still don't believe in him. I think Trevor Siemian gets the ball more towards DT. than Emmanuel Sanders. Ever since Emmanuel Sanders came off that ankle injury, he's had one good game. Week 10 against New England, he had 11 targets, 6 receptions, 137 yards, but no TD. I don't remember the last time he scored a TD. Last time he scored a TD was week 2. He had 2 TDs, so he hasn't gotten the end zone since week 2. So you're solely relying on reception and yards. So I just don't feel like at this time of the year, playoff time of the year, you could really rely on that, just solely targets and yards. Yeah, so I would definitely get rid of E-Man, put Emmanuel Sanders on your bench.
You see Eli going there next year?
No, I see Eli going to Jaguars.
Yeah,
next
Jaguars.
I can see that too.
Tom Coughlin.
Jaguars. Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, but that Peyton Manning might be in his ear and say, go hang out with John Elway.
Tom Coughlin. Look at they get Allen Robinson back.
But
With that
if you're the
defense-
Jaguars, would you go after Kirk Cousins or Eli?
Cousins.
That's what I think they're gonna go after heavy first.
Kirk.
But if you're Denver, who do you go after? Kirk Cousins or
I
Eli?
think. I personally think Peyton Manning will have a big influence on both parties.
All right, so if you're Kirk Cousins, where do you go?
Jacksonville.
Over Denver? Yeah.
Whether
That's
Florida,
tough. Okay.
Florida,
That's tough.
Young team.
Young, yeah.
He'll have
young
his good
team.
receivers back.
Yeah, I hate
That defense is young. Denver's defense is old.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
I like that. We ain't gonna do tight ends because there's really none.
You got
none
what you
really. You gotta just go what you got. That's Seals Jones kid.
That's it.
If you have him, pick him up.
Jones seems like
Pick him up.
But he's playing against Jacksonville this week, no?
No.
He's playing against a good Chargers, I think. Because I know I'm not plugging him because of he's playing against.
I play the Rams.
So
Playing the Rams.
I would definitely pick him up because he has been playing
Yeah,
good.
man. Practice squad.
Yeah, the Rams.
The guys are real. So
Jared
like
Cook, he's gonna get a hell of targets because there's no
receivers.
receivers.
But he's still Jared Cook at the end of the day.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. But if you have to
I
pick
gotta
up
let down
and start a wide receiver, I would go Jared Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but hopefully you have top 3 tight end out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, excuse me, tight end.
Yeah. Remember it? In preseason, I said Travis Kelce's going to be the best tight end in the league.
So I got him. I think Zach Ertz is
Looking good. Ertz, man.
I like Ertz, man. They got to
Ertz.
feed Ertz, man. I need that combo,
What
boy.
is it?
I need that combo.
So that's it right now. Good luck to y'all. Okay, it's the final week. Good luck to you.
Yes.
And the last week in the playoffs for a lot of leagues right here. If you're doing a 4-team playoffs, I don't like that at all. I like the 6-team. So good luck to y'all. If you have any questions or anything, today or tomorrow's the day. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, freaking anything you want. The mail you want to do it, whatever.
We'll
just
get back to you in time,
just to
but
do it.
you can
At
do it.
Fantasy Sports Plug, at Fifth Quarter Jones.
Everything at Kablan20, at Mo Sparks, anywhere right there. Just do it. All right. Good luck. You got anything to say?
Nah, man, come out tomorrow morning, December 3rd, 9 a.m. Blue Peak Fitness in Cranfield. Come out. Come out.
You got anything you
Cowboy
wanna say?